Hi, I'm asking the question this week, how determined are you? What is your level of determination? And why is determination important? It's important because if you have no determination, you won't be able to have discipline, you won't be able to have focus, and you won't be able to continue to endure until you reach a goal. So it's really very, very important. How many of you remember the story, the fable, the tortoise and the hare? That was a really great story, wasn't it? And the reason why it was so profound is because this was a race between a tortoise and a hare. And you would think the tortoise, of course, being a turtle and a hare being the rabbit, but everyone knows that a turtle is slow, right? And everyone knows that a rabbit is fast. So in a race, it would just almost be like nonsensical not to believe that the rabbit would win over the turtle. But in this fable, in fact, I'm going to read just a couple of pages in my book. I wrote a book called Being Determined, and I put a little blurb in there about this fable. Anyway, it says, remember the kid's fable, The Tortoise and the Hare? In this children's story, a turtle, tortoise, and a rabbit, hare, decide to have a race against each other. The rabbit is super fast and the turtle is super slow. From the outset, it doesn't seem like much of a contest. During the course of the race, the rabbit is so far ahead, he can't even see the turtle way in the background. The rabbit decides to lollygag and play around and then take a nap. Lo and behold, when he wakes up from his nap, he darts toward the finish line only to see the turtle has already finished the race. What happened? The turtle stayed engaged. He kept plodding along, pressing forward to win the race. By the time the rabbit woke up, he had already lost. Let this be a lesson for all of us. It's very easy to get distracted, to get sidetracked, to lie down and take a nap. But we don't have the luxury of continually doing that. And this is the quote by Will Rogers, a newspaper columnist and actor. Even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. A half-hearted attempt is not engagement. If you start something, whether it is a diet, a job, a marriage, or let's even say this book, and you don't finish, you can ask yourself, did I ever engage? Only when you engage will you see results. All of life is this way. Being engaged will propel you forward. It will give you the spurt you need to succeed. Because I had talked a little bit about being engaged and being focused in my book. And that's what the turtle did. The turtle stayed focused. So you need to ask yourself, how focused are you? How determined are you? And how engaged are you? In order to remain determined, you have to stay away from distractions. My book is titled Being Determined, How to Be Relentless in Pursuing Your Dreams in 15 Simple Ways. And the interesting thing about this book is I took every letter in Being and Determined, and there's 15 letters, and I made a chapter for each of them so I could focus on that particular trait. So way number 1, the B is be steadfast. Way number 2, the E is engage yourself. Way number 3, the I is increase your vision. Way number 4, the N is never back down. And way number 5, the G is give it your all. And then in the word determined, way number 6, the D is don't make excuses. Way number 7, the E is enter the race. Way number 8, the T is take baby steps. Way number 9, the E is encourage action. Way number 10, the R is run with precision. Way number 11, the M is make everything count. Way number 12, the I is invite challenges. Way number 13, the N is never doubt. Way number 14, the E is enhance your mind. And way number 15, the D is decide to win. So I want to ask you, what is the one thing that you are determined to get done this week? Or let's even say this month or this year. You have to have something that you're shooting for. In fact, I heard this said one time, I don't know who said it, but the difference between try and triumph is a little oomph. I love that. Amen. And have faith, right? The turtle continued to plod along because he had faith. And, the rabbit decided, well, I don't really need to even worry about that turtle because he's so far behind. But see, that was where he made a mistake. That was where he messed up. You have to make sure that you don't take things for granted, that you don't take situations for granted and thinking, well, there's nothing that I really have to worry about. I'm not saying you have to worry about it, but you still have to make sure that you stay focused and stay disciplined. But you don't have to rush, because what was the theme of that fable? Slow but steady wins the race. As baby boomers, our clock is ticking. Now, I'm not trying to say that we're not going to be here tomorrow, or we're not going to be here next week or next year, but really, we don't really know. And it's really important that, because we are getting up in age, that we really focus and get done what God has put in our heart and what we have, a purpose that we feel like we need to do, because time is really not on our side. But I want you to ask yourself, how can you be more relentless? 2023 is, it's May practically. So we're almost halfway through this year. And there may have been things that you maybe have thought about doing or wanted to do that you maybe haven't gotten a chance to start yet. Well, I will implore you and just, beseech you to start right now and don't put it off any longer. Jim Rohn was a motivational speaker. He said, how long should you try? Until. And Nelson Mandela said, it's always impossible until it's done. So I want to just say, to be encouraged, to be confident in yourself, and think about where you are on the determination scale. And if you feel, just listening to me right now, that you need more determination, or you need more discipline, or you need more focus, think about your muscles, right? If you don't discipline to keep your muscles in shape, they're going to get out of shape. If you don't discipline to keep your thoughts and your mind in shape, it's going to get out of shape, right? Anything that is worth something, that's going to be a gain and a benefit and a help for you, you have to have discipline to make sure that you maintain it. So that's what I want to tell you tonight. And also, with discipline takes risks. In fact, I read something a while back. It was a poem that someone had written about risks. And basically it was saying in the poem that a person who risks nothing, does nothing, has nothing, is nothing. Only a person that takes risks is free. So if you're hesitant to take a risk, maybe there's some sort of fear that you have within you, and fear is not your friend. In fact, I was speaking at a high school the other day in this class, and I was telling them about fear. And I said, think of it as FEAR, and think of it as the F is face, the E is everything, the A is and the R is rise. So I'm going to tell you right now, whenever you have an issue with fear, just think of it as being face, everything, and rise. So do that tomorrow, do that next week, do that next month, and continue to do that throughout the rest of this year. Just look at what you got to do and just face it and do it, because you can do it. So write that number down from 1 to 10. And if it's below a 5, then write down some notes or think of some ways that you can get that number up a little bit more. And I know this my book is backwards, but basically this is my book. And if you would like to get it, that would be wonderful. But anyway, it's no big deal. I have so many great reviews on Amazon. In fact, if you just go on Amazon, and I'll put the link down below this video, and just type in Being Determined and my name, Janice Almond. last name spelled Almond, and just look at the reviews, and I think you'll be pleasantly pleased, just like I was and still am to this day when I read the reviews of what people have gotten from this book. It really trips me out because I even have been reading this book again myself. I actually published it in 2016, and it's even making me think, and it's even ministering to me and even convicting me. So that's pretty profound when you're convicted by your own words, right? So just have a great week. Have a marvelous rest of your day and evening, and just keep your focus on what you want to do, and don't let anything or anyone stop you from doing it.